Today is about a month and a half into my unemployment, and I wanted to just talk to you some honest thoughts about what I'm going through at this stage. And I hope it's helpful for people that might be in the same predicament, who are either unemployed or looking to reinvent. And if you have any insights for me, I'm more than happy to listen. So, for those of you who are new here, my name's Annette. Welcome. I am 63, soon to be 64, and talking about all things midlife. So let's get into today's episode where I want to just talk to you about a question that I have been grappling with for the last month. I realized that I have never had, and a lot of you may appreciate this, I've never had long stretches of downtime. As long as I can remember, I have always been work, 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 raised my kids, always doing something, and busy, so busy that I never had time to stop and ask myself, who am I right now? And what do I want? Those are huge questions. And when I sit down and ask myself that and I think about it, I don't have an answer. And this has been the most surprising thing to me because I realize the person that I used to be, I am not that person anymore. So now I'm moving forward with a new lens. Not to say that I'm not bringing all the experiences from my past, I am. But I don't want to go back to where I was. And as time goes on, I've noticed I've hit this crossroad of, you know what, I could just go back and do what I'm good at and just do that until I retire at 70. I could do that. That's easy. But the reason I was so happy when I was let go is that this is my chance to reinvent. But I guess I didn't realize how difficult that can be if you don't really even know what you want. So what I started doing is asking myself a different question, which is, what do I not want? It's so much easier to answer the 101 things that you no longer want in your life. That's easy. It's when you turn it around and say, what do you want? It becomes hard. So I've really tried to list all of the things that I don't want to do anymore. I don't want to go back into sales. I really don't want to work for someone else. And so you have to just get very clear about, are you going to go back down the road? Because it's very easy. You start to doubt yourself. It's those self-limiting beliefs that you need to push against. At least that's what I found. So I'm looking at what do I not want, and I'm being very clear, like, okay, if I decide I'm going to turn around and go the other way, look at this list of things. Am I going to go back to the exact same don't want list, or am I going to do something new? So this is really where I'm at right now. I'm really adamant about creating a whole new life for myself. One that I don't need a vacation from, as the quote that I used to have on my desk. And so I'm asking myself, what am I good at? Like, what do I enjoy? These are also big questions because I think a lot of us don't know. But when you start listing things, you realize that you have so much more value than you probably have given yourself credit for. And also focusing in on, what are my passions? What are those things I can do on the daily for hours and get lost in? That's the piece that I want to pursue. As I start getting clearer on where I'm headed and what I think I want to do, I realize there are a lot of skills, new skills that I need to learn. So I'm not getting overwhelmed with that. I'm taking it one step at a time. Like tech is not my forte, but I've learned it in the past. I'm learning it now, and I will only get better. And again, these are skills that are going to serve me in the long run. But I'm trying to look at things like, if I decide I want to do this, what is the skill set that I need? So I'm starting to go down that road of what's realistic. Honestly, I think everything's realistic. You just have to learn, and there's amazing teachers around all of us. So I'm staying open to, yes, I can learn new things, and I will learn new things, and I can do anything I put my mind to. Now, the other piece that I find that I'm dealing with is having these long stretches of time. When you're used to obviously working the 9 to 5 and being in a structured environment, having every day stretched out before me is something new. There are times I don't even know what day it is, but I'm really trying to stay on a schedule. I am working full time right now, trying to figure out my next steps and my next reiteration. But it does take a certain discipline. It does take a certain discipline to not say, oh, you know what, I think I'm just not going to do anything today. So I try to give myself a schedule. I try to follow that schedule and not be tough on myself, but give myself some leeway in there where at the end of the day, I feel like I've accomplished something, not that I've wasted a day. These are just some of my thoughts, some of the things I've been dealing with a month and a half in. Just want to keep you updated. And if there's anyone out there that feels the same way, I hope this is helpful for you to know you're not alone. But through it all, I am still so super hopeful for my future. And every day just feels like a gift. So don't forget to like and subscribe, and please leave your comments below. I will answer all of them.